Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Chanel's Spring Part 2 is here. I was honestly starting to doubt whether this collection was ever going to make it out to boutiques, but better late than never. And I did hear word that they only received limited quantities. And this is the main Chanel boutique in Miami, which is in the Miami Design District. There are a couple other beauty boutiques nearby, but since they're smaller locations, I would imagine they would also receive small quantities. So if you are at all interested in any of these pieces and you can't find them online, definitely get in touch with your local Chanel boutique as quickly as possible. So I picked up a couple pieces, including some of the new lipsticks. So I'm going to share my second Chanel haul with you, and we are going to create a beautiful blue makeup look today. One of the best perks of shopping with a sales associate is that sometimes, if you're a really nice customer, they will put in little goodies and they'll include gifts with purchase. I've been shopping with Maurice at the Design District boutique, and she included this little gift. I have no idea what this is, but it says Coco Mademoiselle. I love how she even wrapped it and included a camellia. That is such a cute touch. And I like little things like this. I think it's a really nice way for them to just say thank you for always being a loyal customer. Ooh, oh, I don't know if I've seen this. It's a little makeup bag. That is cute. And it's sparkly. It says Coco Mademoiselle and the cocoa is in sequins. Ooh, I love that. And I'm always holding on to little baggies like this for travel, and it's lined. Amazing. So this would be a great bag. I know it's Coco Mademoiselle, but I could see myself putting my little skincare samples in there whenever I take a trip. This is beautiful. Of course, the piece I'm most excited about is this number 78 Rivage limited edition eyeshadow palette. Today was the first time I was able to see it in person at the boutique, and it is even more beautiful in person. The pop of blue is just the perfect shade of blue. I love all of the other colors in the palette, and I feel like I'm gonna get so much use out of this. I bought 3 shades of the new Rouge Allure Velvet Nuit Blanche lipstick. There are 8 shades total. I'm not gonna swatch these. I'll unbox them for you today. I'm not gonna swatch them because I wanna wait and take some pictures and videos. Instead, I'm gonna use one of the spring lipsticks today. But the 8 shades were really beautiful. I was honestly thinking it was going to be 8 shades of red. There was a bit more variety. I mean, there's still pinks and reds, no nudes. But I did see shades that I really liked. So this is the individual. It's shade 7 o'clock. This one is actually the lightest pink. You know I'm a gloss girl, I need my moisture, but I still really like the Rouge Allure Velvet lipsticks. It's one of the better matte lipstick formulas because it's a little bit more sheer and comfortable. I love this packaging. The white and black is chef's kiss. It is so chic. This packaging alone is incredible. And this is the mini coffret duo. It's not really a coffret set, it's just a duo set. I think it's really cute. It's not quite as impressive as I was hoping. I really wanted a black lacquered box to match my white box. This is much smaller. It's made out of cardboard, but I went ahead and picked it up anyways just to show you. And this one comes with 0000 and 6 o'clock. My final 2 pieces, this one is a restock because I'm almost done with my Le Beige Waterfresh Complexion Touch in B30, so I picked up another one. And then this is a new eyeliner. It's shade 76 Brune Platine. There's also a gold, I think a champagne color, but this one looks so pretty, so I wanted to see what this one was like. It looks like a shimmering taupey brown. A little bit lighter than my beloved Brune Agape. I got this to wear every single day. It looks similar to the House Labs eyeliner that I have been wearing, which is also a shimmering taupe. We might as well do the full face together. So once again, I'm going in with my Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. I took this straight from the top drawer. It's incredible, and I really have to thank all of you who left me such sweet, kind, compassionate comments on my last video. If you didn't see my original spring review from Chanel, I mentioned that I had hurt my neck a couple weeks ago and I was in really terrible pain for the last few weeks. I am happy to report that it seems to be getting better on its own. I am very stubborn. I have not gone to the doctor yet, but I do think I'll probably go to either a physical therapist, massage therapist, somebody who works on sports massage in the next couple of days if I still don't have full mobility back because it's still a little bit difficult to move around. But last night was the first night that when my head hit the pillow when I went to go to sleep, I didn't feel any discomfort and I didn't have any anxiety about going to bed because that's basically how I heard it. I haven't had a chance to catch up on all of the comments just yet, but hopefully by the time this video is posted, I'll have replied to all of your comments. I am so appreciative of all of your kind words, encouragement, all of your tips and advice. I probably need a couple more weeks for full mobility, but I will take what I can get, and I think it's a really good sign. In other makeup news, I saw we finally have the dates for the Sephora Savings event. I believe it's going to be in April this year. I cannot wait to start crossing other things off my wish list. And Nordstrom is carrying the new Guerlain Terracotta Concealer. I have a Nordy note. I feel like that wouldn't be cheating on my no-buy if I used a Nordy note that could possibly expire on the concealer. So I may go ahead and pick that up. I'm not sure because I may wait and order it directly from the Guerlain website along with the foundation and see if I can get some fragrance samples. Sometimes, every once in a while, I get sent an email from Guerlain with some sort of gift with purchase code. It's very rare, but occasionally they'll add something cute to your package, so I may do that. My skin is so dry and irritated today. It's been pretty dry and red for the past few days. I had taken a week off from my tretinoin in my evening skincare routine because of my neck injury. I stopped using all of my really active skincare ingredients for only a couple days, well actually maybe a full week or so, and now that I'm getting back to the routine, my skin is so dry. I had such a strong routine and I had built up a tolerance only to go backwards. So frustrating. I'm going to set everything now with my Chanel loose powder. I was scrolling, I think it was TikTok the other day, and I saw a beautiful makeup look that happened to have a pop of blue in it. I don't think she used this eyeshadow palette, but I feel inspired, so today I'm going to do my best to recreate that look. It's seared into my brain. I tried to find it, and I don't think I saved the picture, unfortunately, but when I close my eyes, I can picture what it looked like, and it was really perfect. It was subtle, which I think is the best way to wear a pop of blue. I still want to finish face first, so I'm going back into our spring blush, and I'm just gonna tap all over and mix these two colors together. It's crazy what a difference lighting makes, because when I look at this palette, I think these colors look really vibrant, but when I was in the boutique earlier today and I was looking at this, maybe it was just the tester, I'm not sure, but it looked like a totally different blush than the one I have. It was probably just harsh overhead lighting. I didn't realize this earlier, but I learned today at the boutique that this is the first makeup collection that was inspired or created by the Comets Collective, which you can read more about it on the Chanel website. I was just looking at the page. It's really interesting. So instead of having one creative director overseeing makeup artistry, like in the past they've had Lucia Pica or just one individual who was sort of the creative mind behind all of the makeup collections. Instead, they're tapping into multiple talents. So they've invited this group of internationally renowned makeup artists and creatives, people who are well known for having a very unique perspective on beauty, and this group of individuals is going to be responsible for coming up with the makeup collections. I think this is an incredible idea. It's very novel. I don't think I've heard of any other brand doing this. I'm obviously a huge fan of the brand, but I honestly think we're going to see some of the best Chanel makeup collections that we've ever seen. For one thing, it takes a lot of the pressure off of an individual person. As much as I really enjoyed all of the makeup from Lucia Pica, she also received quite a lot of criticism, and when people didn't like the collection or they weren't really happy with all of the red products, they made it known and they had somebody to point their finger to. I quickly filled in my eyebrows and now we are finally getting to the star of the show, this beautiful Rivage eyeshadow palette. I'm not 100% sure if I'm really going to go in the correct order. We're just experimenting today. It's the first time I'm using this palette and I don't have my inspiration photo. So I picked up a fluffy brush and I think we're just gonna go into the brown first. And I'm going to concentrate this in the outer crease. The formula seems pretty dry, so it's applying more on the sheer side, which I don't mind. It allows you to have a lot more control with the amount of pigment, and we don't really want this to be super dark anyways, so I think this is perfect. That way we can slowly build it up. I mean, how many times have I cursed Chanel for not having a medium intensity matte brown eyeshadow in their palettes? This is sort of perfect. And while we're here, I'm also going to buff a little bit of that shadow beneath the lower lash line as well. It's been a while since I filled you in on any house updates, not that we've had very many. We've really just been enjoying the peace and quiet. No fires to put out, no emergencies, nothing has broken. Let me knock on wood somewhere really quick. Nothing's gone wrong, but we also stopped making any progress in the house. I think we just wanted to put everything on pause for a while just to catch our breath. Now that we're getting the hang of this home ownership thing, I'm feeling the itch. I want to decorate. I'm ready to start adding new life into the house. And I get really frustrated looking around and seeing that nothing is decorated, nothing's done. I had to borrow one of the sponge applicators from my coral palette. I misplaced the ones that came with this one. They're probably on the floor somewhere, but I'm going to use this sponge applicator to dig into the beigey gold down here. I would also use my finger for this, but I want to be sort of precise. So the sponge applicator is perfect, and I'm going to apply this to, ooh, that's pretty, the inner lid. Wow, that's gorgeous. And I'm blending it in, but I am going to leave the center of the lid a little bit blank, and then I'm just going to blend a little bit on the outer lid. So inner lid, outer lid, but keeping the center blank, or as blank as possible. See, now this would be the perfect 1-2 punch. You could do this in the crease, that on the lid, done. You don't even have to touch the top two. That would be your daytime look right here. And then if you want to amplify it, add a little shimmer, a pop of blue, take it from day to night. That's when you go into these top shades. Especially for, I can't help but think of summer vacation when I look at these colors, but for a trip, a vacation, when you don't want to be spending a ton of time worrying about your makeup, something like this is perfect. Especially if it's a tropical destination, I think these colors would be really, really nice. Back to baby steps in the house. I did book us tickets to an interior design show tomorrow. I'm so excited. If I can, I'll take lots of video inside. I have a feeling it's going to be incredible and we're going to leave feeling so inspired. The show is in Palm Beach. I don't remember the name, but I believe it's a fundraiser and they raise money for the Boys and Girls Club. So all of the ticket sales go to a good cause, which is even better. And they basically redecorate an entire house. They have different designers from around the country, and everybody's responsible for their own room. But it's in the Palm Beach style, which is my style. I love Palm Beach decor. A lot of mid-century modern furniture with a tropical touch, pops of color, but still bright, airy rooms. A lot of detail, maximalism. I just eat it up on Pinterest. I'm just gonna flip the brush. I think we're basically ready. I'm gonna flip the brush and now I'm digging into the blue. And I'm going to pop a little bit of this blue right in the center. I'm gonna do the center of the lower lash line. I'm gonna follow the iris up in a straight line and just add a little blue on top, a little blue on the bottom. Oh, it's perfect. It's the perfect shade of blue. Oh, I'm so happy. I wasn't sure if it was going to end up looking sort of muted and dull. And that's why I tried my best to leave a blank space in the middle. I want it to transition pretty seamlessly. And that way it's a very subtle pop of blue right above the iris. I like it. In December, I also hired a virtual interior design service. I think I had mentioned it. I wasn't sure whether or not it would be a good idea. I did end up hiring somebody from Space Joy, and I just received the second renderings back. I like it. I'm happy with where we are. I don't think I'm going to go with the design as is. I didn't realize that the designers are basically handcuffed to only a handful of retailers. So even though when you take the initial survey and you're filling out the questionnaire, everything that you like, your style, places that you like to shop for furniture, they can't necessarily make suggestions or recommendations for your room using that entire inventory. So it makes it difficult for them to put together a room when they can only use certain elements. It's hard for them to capture a very specific style like Palm Beach chic. What I liked most about the experience of using Space Joy is that you tell them the dimensions of the room and then they give you these really lifelike, almost 3D-ish renderings of every single corner. So you can get an idea of what your space actually looks like. And then you can always download the images and use them in different AI apps or use other AI websites to alter and manipulate them that way. Even having that layout of the room with correct proportions, I think is really valuable and helps you to visualize the space a little bit. So overall, I would say I was happy with the experience, glad I did it, but maybe not something I would recommend or use again. It depends what your needs are. I'm also in full-blown spring cleaning mode, so as much as I want to decorate, I'm also trying to get rid of everything. Everything that is not nailed down might end up in a trash pile somewhere or a Goodwill pile. I love a good declutter. It's good for the soul, good for the mind, and that way you feel like you're starting fresh. Next, with the precision brush, I'm picking up this really pretty shimmery shade, and I'm going to pop this on the inner corner of the eye. Right in here, a little bit in the inner corner, but definitely the tear duct. It's a bit flaky, so it might be smart to wet your brush when using this eyeshadow or use fingers. It's so pretty. Wow. See, a shadow like this can be used so many different ways. I would love to see something like this in a single. I really want to see what this looks like on top of the blue in the center of the lid. So I'm just using my finger and I'm putting that right on top of the blue. Yeah, I kind of love that. It tones down the blue a little bit, but I actually prefer it. I hate to talk up this palette so much because it sold out really quickly online, but it's beautiful. It's incredibly versatile. I love that you can create a very wearable, more natural look using a couple of these shades, but then you have the sparkle, you have the pop of blue. You can have so much fun playing around with this, or you can go very simple and very light. I like the idea of keeping the blue eyeshadow on the lid a bit softer and more subdued, and then using the blue eyeliner to enhance and add that bold color. Very carefully, I'm going to line the top lash line, and I'm concentrating on the outer half of the lash line. I don't think I'm going to take this all the way in, sort of starting at the halfway point. I watch people do this trick all the time and I can never figure out how to do it myself, but I'm going to build up the color a little bit right here, starting to flick out the line. Then I'm going to use my finger to drag it out. Try not to drag too much. Oh, you know what? That kind of worked. A little bit. It's meant to be softer, not super exact. It's not going to look like my typical liquid eyeliner. I just wanted to wing it out a smidge because once I go in with mascara, I don't want the blue to be covered up. And now the real trick is to mirror the other side and make the wings identical. So I'm going to shut my mouth. I'm going to move this mic out of the way and I'm going to scoot in a little bit closer so you can really see what I'm doing in detail. Not bad, I did my best. I'm considering whether or not I should put this in the waterline. I think I would regret it if I didn't, and you might be mad at me if I don't, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the blue eyeliner in the waterline. We're committed to the blue at this point, so we might as well just try it out. I actually think the other shade I picked up would look really pretty with this look as well, the shimmering taupe. Eyes are now essentially done, and I love the way it turned out. I think it actually turned out better than I expected. I feel intimidated playing around with blue eyeshadows and jewel tones because it's out of my box. It's not something that I do on a regular basis, so I often steer clear of those colors because they scare me. But this turned out really, really beautiful. I feel like I could recreate this look for a date night, and I would want to recreate this look. I could imagine maybe a black dress, maybe navy. I'm not a huge fan of the matchy-matchy, but I think a dark blue might look really good. I know exactly the blue dress I would wear. That could be a really pretty combination as well. I'm a fan so far. For lips, I'm going with the obvious choice. This is the Rouge Allure Lac in 92 Seashell. This is the perfect nude. And I do think when you're doing a pop of color like this, it's better to stick in the nude family. Oh, this lip liner is from Makeup Forever. This is 1C. It's the Makeup Forever Aqua Lip. A really pretty nude. I'm gonna do a light layer. That is a perfect match. Such a pretty nude. I love this color. I like this together. I would probably even do a lighter nude. Or maybe I just need more bronzer. I'm not sure. Found a lip gloss. This is from Chantecaille. It's Blythe. Long time favorite. I think a lighter nude or maybe this will help. Did that do much? Not really. It's a pretty pale, milky lip gloss. I was hoping it would lighten the nude a little bit. That's okay. It's a pretty color. I'm gonna stick with the lip as it is. And now it is do or die time. Should we try the blue highlighter? Ooh, I don't know. I feel like we should maybe try just for fun. This is what the makeup looks like without any blue shimmer on my cheeks. Take it all in. Look at the glory. I pulled out a brush. I'm not gonna use the brush. I'm gonna use fingers. I'm gonna just tap a teeny, teeny, tiny bit. Just a pinch. See, when I'm really light-handed, I feel like I'm getting more shimmer than anything else. I don't know if I'm getting glow. I'm only going to do this highlighter on the cheeks. I'm not going to do it on the face. On the cheek, it looks okay if you're light-handed, but if you try to do the nose, the chin, the forehead, you look crazy. Let me just be the one to tell you. I know firsthand because I did it and I looked crazy. But a little on the cheek I think is okay. You can get away with that. I still want to highlight the rest of the face, so I'm going to go in with the Mermaid Glow highlighter. I did use a matte foundation and a lot of powder today, so this is just going to add a little hydration to the skin. I bet you could add a little bit of the Mermaid Glow Balm on top of this ocean highlighter. That looks pretty. When you mix the two highlighters together, it looks nice. I feel like I might want just a little more blush. So I'm gonna tap into the peach side and just add a teeny tiny bit more. Just to balance out the face. I don't wanna add too much because then it's a lot going on, but I feel like the lip has a lot of color, the eyes have a lot of color. I don't want the cheek to be left blank. A little bit on the nose as well. Okay, Done. And that's it. This is the final makeup look, and overall, I love the way it turned out. I am sad to say that this eyeshadow palette is everything I hoped it would be and more. It is so beautiful, so wearable and user-friendly, considering it has that pop of blue in there, which I know can seem intimidating. I love it. I love everything about it. The texture is a little bit softer. The shadows go on a little bit more sheer. That is the Chanel makeup style. This isn't going to compete with a Pat McGrath Labs or a Natasha Denona. It's not meant to. So as long as you keep that in mind and you're looking for a soft wash of color, I think you're going to love this eyeshadow palette. I feel like this is the quintessential summer palette. It's the spring collection, but to me, these colors, the entire color story of spring says summer. That completes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you liked seeing this tutorial, my first time playing with this Rivage eyeshadow palette. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, leave me your comments, questions down below. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned. Everything on my face will be listed down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.